Ariel Helwani has reacted to the UFC posting Tom Aspinall's bold retirement comments about Jon Jones on their official YouTube channel, a move that raised a lot of eyebrows. In the clip, Aspinall says he's done being held hostage by Jones, declares that Jones has retired, and calls himself the real undisputed heavyweight champ. He also teases that he has a fight date lined up, which will be revealed soon. But what really stood out to Helwani was the UFC's own edit. They titled the video, "He's Retired." Now, Ariel thinks this might not be just a clickbait move. It could actually be the UFC subtly signaling that Jones is out and they're moving on. Whether that's true or not remains unclear, but fans are definitely responding. More and more are supporting Aspinall's stance, saying if Jones is gonna sit out indefinitely, the division should move forward without him. Helwani's take highlights the bigger picture. Maybe the UFC is finally preparing us for a post-Jon Jones heavyweight era. Interestingly, just a few days ago, the heavyweight champ teased that the fight with Aspinall might still be in the works. During a seminar appearance, Jones mentioned that he, Tom, and the UFC are working on something behind the scenes. He even said he's not allowed to talk about it yet, implying there's a plan in motion, but it's under wraps until an official announcement.
Look at the UFC YouTube channel posting this. I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Good guy, bad guy. He's retired. And I thought it was one of those like fake UFC YouTube channels, just like repurposing things. They're pushing the retired gimmick. They're pushing the undisputed gimmick. Like, that doesn't happen often. This might be a sign finally from the heavens.
Well, what is the sign, if you don't mind me asking? Like, are they trying to put pressure on Jones here with this kind of stuff? Like, look, we're on Tom's side.
I think we are going to find out soon. I'm only bringing this up not to have a whole discussion about like shit or get off the pot. I just thought it was significant that they actually reposted this and then went with the "he's retired" on the, like, they don't get into this sort of like the clickbaity YouTube game. You know, they're the UFC. They don't need to get into it. And so I thought that was significant.
Reinier de Ridder just lit up Khamzat Chimaev with some bold claims. The former 2 Division 1 FC champion, fresh off a big win over Bo Nickel, is now stepping into a 5-round war with Robert Whittaker. But even with that massive task ahead of him, RDR took a moment to fire shots at one of the UFC's most feared names. He said he's not scared of Chimaev and downplayed the hype, claiming fighters like Nasruddin Imavov are actually more dangerous at middleweight. RDR also backed Dricus du Plessis to beat Khamzat, calling du Plessis underrated. And make no mistake, de Ridder has his sights set on UFC gold. If he gets through Rob, he'll be right in the mix for a title shot. And when asked to compare the UFC and ONE FC, he didn't mince words. There's no comparison. According to him, the UFC is the elite level of the sport, the pinnacle where every real fighter wants to end up. Stylistically, RDR could be a nightmare matchup for both Khamzat and DDP. Known for his world-class grappling credentials, he also brings a slick striking game that shocked everyone when he finished the previously undefeated Bo Nickel. His ability to seamlessly mix striking into dominant grappling sequences makes him dangerous for anyone at 185. If he keeps this momentum going, it won't be long before he's standing across from one of those top dogs in a title fight.
He's very explosive, very fast. I think if I can put a pressure on him like I did to Bo, I think I'll make a good chance. Yeah.
Knockout?
Yeah, I'm a striker now. So yeah, fuck jiu-jitsu. Yeah. The goal is UFC champion. Yeah, and I think I make a chance if I do this one well again, and I can get him out spectacularly again. I think I have something to say. Yeah. I think a lot of people are underestimating Dricus right now. If you look at like fights they've had, it looks a bit sloppy when Dricus fights, but he always gets them. He gets better as longer as the rounds go on. And I think he can survive that early onslaught of Khamzat. So I think Dricus can pull the win out. They call me goofy as well. My wife told me so.
Do you feel like Khamzat's the most feared opponent in your division?
Not by me. I think there's better fighters in the division, to be honest. But the French guy, what's his name? Imavov. He's very complete. Huh?
Ilia Topuria has officially responded to Khamzat Chimaev's recent comments, and it's clear the tension is starting to simmer. Khamzat, when asked about a potential Islam versus Topuria fight last month, confidently backed Islam to win, citing not just skill or dominance, but also brotherhood. He made it known that he and Islam share the same culture and religion, and that plays a big role in his loyalty. But that loyalty also came with a message. Khamzat wasn't pleased with how Ilia has been talking about Islam and his team, but kept things measured during the interview as him and Ilia have been teammates in the past. If you haven't seen it yet, the interview's on our channel. Ilia and Khamzat have trained together in the past, helped corner Guram Kutateladze, and even shared stories of intense sparring sessions that made waves in the MMA community. In that interview, Khamzat also doubled down on something he said before. Dagestani and Chechen wrestling is on another level. In his words, that grappling foundation can beat any style, and he hinted Ilia's style wouldn't be able to handle it. Topuria, for his part, didn't ignore those remarks. In a recent podcast appearance, El Matador responded to Khamzat's wrestling comments, pointing out that his own grappling style is nothing like what Islam's dealt with before. Without further talk, let's dive into the interview.
You can't like analyze the wrestling that way because you never know. You see a Russian guy wrestling with a American guy, and it can go either way, you know what I mean? Before, you were seeing guys in MMA, they were good in striking and maybe in wrestling, but their ground game wasn't that good. Or you see a guy who has a phenomenal ground game, he has a phenomenal striking, but his wrestling sucks. In my case, I'm good everywhere. So you can take me everywhere and I'm gonna feel comfortable. They used to say like, I'm gonna take you to the deep water. I was born in the deep water. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Take me wherever you wanna take me. But I have so many things against Islam that he's gonna have some hard time with me. The only thing I need, it's one punch, and you know for sure that I'm gonna connect that one punch.
Henry Cejudo just dropped a bombshell about Sean O'Malley's preparation for UFC 316, and it's not looking good for the challenger. Speaking on the Pound for Pound podcast, Henry backed Merab Dvalishvili to win, not only because of his relentless pressure, but because of what he's hearing behind the scenes. According to Henry, there are whispers that O'Malley's camp has been questionable at best. He claims Sean's mainly been focused on jiu-jitsu and hasn't been working on his stand-ups or get-ups, the exact tools he'll need to survive the champ's takedown-heavy game. Even more concerning, Henry says O'Malley isn't investing properly in his camp. No high-level training partners brought in, no extra spending to prepare for the toughest fight of his career. Henry called Sean cheap, saying Sean just wants to keep everything in-house, and that's how word started leaking out. Cejudo thinks that's enough of a red flag to confidently tell fans to bet the house on Merab. This adds a whole new layer of intrigue heading into UFC 316. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.